Thank you so much for having me. And today I'm going to talk about how to bring the next wave of Web3 users through DeSci. A little bit about myself. Sorry, this is how the presentation is happening, but my name is Laura Minquini, and I am the core lead of Athena DAO. I am actually not a scientist. I started my career in something completely different in fashion and luxury. So the first message about decentralized science is that you actually don't have to be a scientist to be working in decentralized science. Our movement is focused on being the decentralized community-driven platform enabled translational women's health research, education, and funding. We believe that more R&D is going to lead to more clinical data. More clinical data is going to lead to more investments, which will lead to more therapeutics and eventually to new treatments and options for women. They asked me to make the presentation interactive, so I think other people got other options in terms of the interactive part, but I am going to make you think a bit about what you know about women's health or you don't know. So take a guess at how much of the NIH budget goes to fertility research. 50, 20, 10%? Well, I'm going to tell you that only 10% goes into female-specific condition, and of that, only about 10% goes into actual fertility research, even though sometimes we're told that fertility is like a really big market and it's already saturated. When it comes to longevity startup funding, you have all heard a lot about Vita DAO and how they're working on longevity. What do you think gets the most funding? DNA repair, pets, or reproductive health? If you thought DNA repair, you're right. Reproductive health, which is something that we work on, is one of the second last and before and after pets. So even our animals get more funding than women's health. When you talk about market opportunity, what do you think is the market opportunity for menopause? $500 million, $10 billion, or $600 billion? If you thought $600 billion, you got it right. It is a massive market opportunity. Half of the world's population will go through menopause. Not everybody's going to have children, but everybody's going to have menopause who has a reproductive life cycle. So with that said, it is insane that we're actually spending so much little in female-specific research. Here is, as I mentioned earlier, the problem. The NIH budget is $45 billion. 4.6 billion are actually done through women's health, goes through women's health funding, and the fertility funding only gets 189 million. That's insane because fertility is basically the way in which everybody affects everybody, considering that that's how you are going to be able to have children, whether you're a man or you're a woman. I already mentioned the longevity funding. This is one of our more popular memes that we talk about in terms of communication. We show how I have a pet, love pets, but it's crazy that half of the world's population is so underserved when it comes to even startup funding. You already got the $600 billion menopause opportunity, and these are figures that we took from, obviously, places like the New York Times. So with that said, we're here for the solutions and what decentralized science can do. And Athena DAO, as a decentralized autonomous organization, has the opportunity to work with different stakeholders at different times. A DAO is a very powerful tool to work on traditionally overlooked areas of research. It brings the researchers, the blockchain, the funders, and the community together through one network. Obviously, the blockchain is the ecosystem, the technology that powers it, but it is the scientists, the patients or community, and the people that want to actually push this forward that make the difference in all of this. With a DAO, you could work on different areas of research, and we chose women's health. But women's health is very big. So we're doing everything in a very staggered approach by cohort. Our initial target areas that we work on were actually the areas that are the least funded in women's health research. So I had already mentioned menopause, which is crazy because all women are going to go through it. But we already did a call for submissions for ovarian aging, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and endometriosis. We already have 2 intellectual IP NFTs and the ovarian aging, which impacts fertility and menopause. You can actually go to our link tree or our website to find more information about these research projects and about the research, what the researchers are working on them. We also are evaluating right now 5 projects in senior review in PCOS and endometriosis, which we'll announce in January 2024 and will be put up for voting through our community. Our goal is to go through various areas of research in women's health and eventually, in the future, why not do something like open source the artificial womb? So you know a little bit more about us. We already have an ATH token, and we just recently listed 2 IP NFTs, 35 active contributors. We count people that do 5 to 10 hours a week as active contributors, and 5,000 plus active members across all social media channels. Plus, have done a lot within the DeSci community and in academia and other areas. We also are going to be announcing a stealth company in the new year. But what I want to talk to you today about is how we're going to get the next wave of Web3 users onboarded into DeSci. Obviously, at Athena DAO, we're a bit biased and we really believe in women, that it's so important to include them in this new ecosystem. And we're really focused on bringing the women on board, the researchers, the patients, the women interested in crypto, anyone that is interested in women's health. And we call this Welcome to the Girl Economy. So, as first example, we're going to talk about our auction, which happened this September 5th. We actually hit our target and went over it by $116,000, which we were very happy about. So, take a guess what percentage of the bids were under 1,000? And why do I ask this? Because it shows that most of the people that bid on our auction were people that were just interested in what we're doing, not necessarily the whales, not necessarily the big funders. So if you guess 24%, you're close, but no. The community interest on Athena DAO and the most bids were under 1,000 was 87 bids. We exceeded our expectation in many ways, and we're very excited about this because it means that we were able to bring more women into the space and new people into Web3 and decentralized science, and not just scientists, but patients and also clinicians and women that are interested in learning more about their health. So, how do we do this? A lot of education. We worked a lot on education models, info sessions, one-on-one hour sessions, in-person community events, and memes. We are onboarding the new wave of Web3 users. And when I say the new wave, it includes a lot of women. We are trying to get a lot of this segment and demographic into Web3 and specifically decentralized science. So communication is a big part of it, working with all the Web3 groups, really going out there and actually explaining why decentralized science is not just for scientists, not just for clinicians, and not just for people in biotech. You'll be surprised to learn how many people are interested in the space if you take the time to actually educate them and meet them where they are at. We obviously, one of the big things that we do is the communication of the impact of science and what we're doing. So as our public goods, we talk about the providing services like a reproductive health report, which next year is going to be called the Women's Health Report because we're going into other areas beyond reproduction. So we already published one of them, which luckily enough, we were funded by the Gitcoin grant. Our first reproductive health report was in ovarian aging. The second one was in endometriosis and PCOS. And the next year is going to be amazing because it's going to be about actually providing very useful information, not just reading about the science. For those who are curious about where we're going with Athena DAO and why we think that the onboarding of the next wave of 3 users is going to be women, they need to read our white paper and think they need to look at the stats, at demographics, at how women pretty much almost run a lot of economies. And what do I mean by that? The richest man in the world between Elon and Jeff Bezos is Bernard Arnault, which sells luxury. And who buys luxury? It's mostly women. The richest woman in the world is the granddaughter of the creator of L'Oreal. And what does L'Oreal sell? Beauty. Just to contextualize things, 80% of the healthcare decisions at home are made by women. And if you deliver to women, they will be your best customers. We just have not made science work for women the way it should. So where we're going with Athena DAO, we are launching our first IPT in the new year when one of our IP NFTs meets its milestones. We are also having a current, you can actually apply as we have a reverse pitch competition, which is kind of like a reverse hackathon. We provide the science, and the great entrepreneur comes and creates a company. It's a great exercise for anyone who wants to try entrepreneurship. You can choose to actually launch the company, but if not, you can just win a trip to our actually Women's Health Summit that is happening this spring. And we'll be announcing the location between London, Lisbon, and Athens very soon as well. And we're also going to be doing our first crowdsourced fertility planning study. So we have a lot of things happening in the new year for Athena DAO. And the most important part is that we do believe that a lot of it is going to happen by the strength of our community, which is mostly made of women. And we're very excited about that. But we also welcome the men because we have a lot of great members in our community. Just so you learn about a bit more, I went into why we think that the next wave of Web3 users is going to be not the usual crowd, but completely different new users. Our team consists of myself, Ines Santos Silva, Maria Marinova, who also is part of Vita DAO. It shows the internet about how interesting the decentralized science working groups are, because you can actually participate in many DAOs. And Stefano Pinilla, who's also a Vita DAO alumni. The most important part is that we count with amazing people across different expertise who come and give their advice when they can and when they are available. But that's the interesting part, is that they can be doing their own jobs. They can be in academia. They can also have startups. They can be in other DAOs, and you can come contribute at the point that you are needed or that you are available. I guess I want to leave this before I open the room to questions to the idea that what we're working on is very early on. Decentralized science is actually a new experiment. It's been, I think, 2.5 years, almost 3 years since Vita DAO launched the first Bio DAO, and I know that a lot of people here, even in this conference, are working on amazing tooling ideas. But what's very exciting about decentralized science is that we're all experimenting. And we like to say that Athena DAO is like the open AI of women's health. We are where, like, 7 years ago, OpenAI was when they started. Where women's health is such a big canvas that there are so many opportunities or where we can go beyond the intellectual property NFTs and all the other things that are powered by the blockchain. So my invitation here today is to think outside the box, to think that there are so many people out there that don't know about decentralized science. We at Athena DAO are going to focus on really bringing a lot of new users into Web3, because we believe in the power of what women can do when they like something. And when women realize that women's health is underfunded or under research, I think it's going to really change the dynamic and the conversation. And for the record, you don't have to be a woman to join Athena DAO. You also don't have to be a scientist or a patient. You can bring whatever expertise, any ideas you have in tooling, anything that you're building in the future, we welcome into our community. Anybody that's interested to learn more about what the world looks like with more women's health research, please join us. There's our Discord, and I invite you to look on our socials at Athena DAO. Look at our website. Join us now. It's very early days, and we are very excited about where we're going with everything. The way we work is by cohort, Maria, because as I mentioned, women's health is so vast. It would be hard to say we can just look at projects in women's health all the time. It just wouldn't be efficient. So the way we do it is by cohort. It's we did, as I said, ovarian aging. The second cohort was PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and endometriosis. And we're going into oncology, rare cancers or underfunded cancers, which we discovered uterine cancer is very underfunded, even though it impacts a lot of women as well. And the way we do it is by 4 to 5 month sprints. So we do the call for submission, give it about a month. We give it about another month and a half of evaluation between the deal flow team. Then another month to go out to senior review, and the last month of negotiation. So it's a 4 to 5 month window of sprint touching different areas of research. And the reason we do that is because we want to make sure that we look at the sign, like we actually are completely dedicated to that area of research. So we know the experts, we understand where the science is at, and we can evaluate better. The only way DAOs are going to succeed is if we obviously do get something to licensing a company, or obviously it comes into actual at therapeutic. And the way to try to get to that the fastest would be to have a very rigorous evaluation system in which we can try to pick. Science is hard, Maria, because you're a scientist, and it takes long. And this process is already potentially, even as fast as we want to go, you want to actually try to get to the most potential project, the projects that have the most potential. And that's what we want to, we're doing for now. In the future, we hope to be able to evaluate other projects that don't necessarily have to become therapeutics or that have translational opportunities. But for now, this is like our sole focus, to get to something that is translational as fast as possible. Thank you for the question. It is a good question because I think a lot of people wonder how the BioDAOs work in terms of being able to gauge the science and getting to those projects that get funded. Thanks. Well, again, thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to seeing your presentation, Maria. And I hope that more women join the decentralized science movement. And I hope that more men join Athena DAO as well. And I have continued having a great conference, and congratulations to the team. It's a lot of work to put these events together. So looking forward to the next one.